Are you desperate for love? Well, of course you are, you little ugly rat. I mean, how long has it been since somebody confessed their love for you? It's been that long, huh? Well, I'm not even surprised because look at you. If they wanted a dog, they would have just gone to the pet store. But then again, you probably would have ended up at the pound, you ugly freak. Even Cruella de Vil wouldn't want your ugly ass. But listen, if you want the attention you desperately crave for, then take my advice. Take a long walk outside by yourself in the middle of the night, specifically in an alley. In about 5 minutes, a creepy old dude in a white van should pull up, and if you see dried up blood on his side doors, don't let it stop you from getting in his car. Because remember, someone is finally giving you the attention you crave for, and that never happens. Now, will you be dead by the morning? Absolutely. But if you're gone, then there might not be an overpopulation of dogs after all. It looks like you really need makeup. I mean, those pimples aren't gonna cover themselves, sweetheart. Just because your ex left doesn't mean your ugliness will too. Now, let me take a good look at you. Just what I feared. The double chin and big forehead, no wonder you're insecure. Anyway, you gotta stop feeling bad for yourself and realize that you're just not good enough for a text back. Now, check your phone. You're still undelivered, right? Yeah, I thought so. But don't get mad because I wouldn't want to text back an ugly hippo either. I mean, look at you. The biggest disappointment I've ever seen. But listen, if you ever want to feel accepted, just don't go to therapy. Instead, go to the zoo. Now you can finally fit in somewhere without looking out of place. But then again, wouldn't a clown at the zoo be out of place? Pick a struggle, sweetheart. Are you insecure? Well, duh. Flat ass, ugly face, no wonder you're single. But don't worry, I'm glad you're alive because gorillas are going extinct and they're my favorite animals. Feels nice to be a favorite, right? Because we all know you're not the favorite child. You're just the disappointment. But hey, at least you're labeled as something other than the friend who nobody likes. But to be honest, I actually feel bad for you. I mean, how long has it been since somebody called you pretty? Oh, I forgot. That's a word you're not too familiar with, so let me use it in a sentence. You're so ugly that it's almost impossible to recognize you as a human being. In fact, I'm pretty sure animal control is on their way to bring you back home, to the slaughterhouse. But before you go, I think this frog has a little crush on you. I'm kidding. Stay lonely, bitch. Are you stupid? Of course you are. I mean, how do you look like that but still expect to get in a relationship? Like, I know people say dream big, but I don't think they meant as big as your forehead. We need to set realistic goals here, sweetheart. Summer has already passed, so I don't know why you're still holding on to that summer glow of excuse. Just let it go, cause it already looks like you let yourself go. And let me guess, you wear baggy clothes, right? I mean, you got to with all that quarantine eating. Want to learn a new vocabulary word today? It's called a diet. Look it up and try it sometime. And don't get all insecure now because your body is not the problem because it's perfect. But your face, on the other hand, no wonder you're single. But listen, I made you a sunflower, but notice how there's only one. I thought I'd show you what being alone looks like, but then again, you should definitely already know the feeling. Do you get sad because you realize you're the least favorite of your friend group? I mean, that is, if you even have friends. Well, no need to fear because today I'm going to make you your own little special friend. Hopefully this one won't get bored of you like the last. But be honest with me, when was the last time somebody texted you first? And no. Them asking for the homework doesn't count, you big Dumbo. But let's say you do have friends, which is some sort of miracle. Do they ever include you in their pictures? Well, of course they do. I mean, whenever I went to the zoo, I always wanted to take pictures with the big fat gorilla. But anyway, I made your new friend and is pretty excited to meet you. I mean, they never seen a talking animal before. Are you flat out hideous? Don't even bother answering that question because we all know you are. But let me ask you this. Have you ever been asked out, been fought over, been loved? Yeah, I didn't think so either. But are you really that surprised? I mean, look at you. You gotta be the ugliest looking pig I've ever seen. And don't even try to get all insecure now. In fact, embrace the animal you've been trying to hide. Go up to your parents, the zookeepers, and say, I am not a piece of meat, but an ugly pig just trying to survive. And I get it. It's hard waking up and going to school just for people to think it's bring your pet day or having to see your family getting eaten on a plate with some eggs. But that's just your life and that's just who you are. A disappointment. And don't mind me asking, but are you single? That was a trick question. Of course you are. And you really can't be mad. In fact, you should be used to being lonely. I know I am. Anyway, go hungry, go starve, go vegan. If you're in a relationship, just shut up. Like, yes, I know you're who I strive to be, but just shut up. You don't get to speak, you don't get to talk, you don't even get to brag. You just get to die. Wait, that was insensitive of me? Honey, I die every day on the inside looking at these cute couples on TikTok. I think you'll be fine. And you know what? I didn't want to be the one to tell you this. Actually, I do. But you're only in a relationship because they pity you. I mean, have you seen yourself lately? I thought you were smarter to know that no one would voluntarily go out with an animal. And you're not even the koala. You're the baboon with the pink ass, and even that is thicker than you. So here's my bit of advice. I think you should break up with them before they break up with you, because I know from experience. Yeah. Are you a weirdo? I mean, a person who loves Harry Potter. I could tell. I mean, I'm already feeling your desperate energy through the phone. And let me guess, you're in love with Draco Malfoy. Yeah, I know every ugly girl is. But what about him makes him so special? His accent, his smile, his bad boy persona? Or maybe knowing that if he was with you right now, he would hate you and step on your ugly face. Ugh, I bet you would like that, wouldn't you? Freak. But if you're gonna be a weirdo, at least have a crush on someone who isn't a movie character. Like, how desperate are you? Next thing you know, you're gonna watch Pokemon and obsess over Pikachu and become one of those nerds who I gotta watch out because they might bring a knife to school. Anyway, I know you're probably crying like an idiot because you can only see Draco in your dreams, but look at him now. Such an upgrade. Can you see it through the tears? Are you going to be single for Halloween? Yes, you are. But riddle me this. Don't you get tired of waking up every day knowing that no one is excited to see you? To know that no matter how many times you're going to check your phone, it's still going to be dry? To know that there's thousands of people in your city and still no one chooses to be with your pathetic ass? Kind of depressing, isn't it? Yeah, like your life. I bet you're going to be one of those people who dies and no one comes to your funeral. Now, would I be there? Honey, of course not. Because I only like looking at animals behind a glass at the zoo. But you know what? You're probably not even one of those cool animals either. You're just a dumb cow. But hey, at least you finally have some purpose in life, providing me hamburgers. I guess you're not so worthless after all. Do you ever cry sometimes about how you're not even good enough to date the ugly people at your school? Yeah, I could tell. I think your heavy tears is pulling down your droopy fat face whenever you cry, so you might want to get that checked out. Anyway, I'm here to motivate you, to let you know that you don't need the ugly people at your school, because apparently the ugly people don't need you. And I understand. Puberty took away your prettiness, your lovable personality, and your banging hot body, which I doubt you ever had from the start. But don't let it take away your pride, because that's the only thing you have left going for you. Whenever someone says you're ugly, just look them in the eyes and say, yeah, at least I'm self-aware, okay? So let's practice. You're ugly. Okay, you know what? That was pretty good, but let's do it one more time, but with more attitude, okay? You're ugly. Okay, that was actually like kind of good for an ugly person. I love you. I'm kidding, no I don't, but I'm not embarrassed of you anymore. Are you ugly? Yeah, shut up, because we both know you are. But you're probably wondering, what do I even look like? I mean, if I'm telling everyone that they're hideous and pathetic, then I must be some Beyonce looking bitch. But that's where you're wrong. It's hard to say this, but I'm actually ugly. Like you. I know, it's hard to believe that anyone could be like you, to be a part of the Mutant Ninja Turtle squad. I know, embarrassing. I try to think positively and remember that there's always uglier people out there like you who still tries to convince themselves that they're gonna get prettier over time. But honey, you gotta stop lying to yourself because it doesn't get any uglier than this. Anyway, sometimes I wonder, why am I single? Well, look at me. Does this look like the face of beauty? Yeah, I didn't think so either, but you're not supposed to tell me. Anyway, at least your face does not look like beauty. Are you the ugly one in your friend group? Yeah, I thought so too. But I'm still trying to figure out, how did you even get friends? Honestly, I really think it's a social experiment because any day now, they're gonna pull out the cameras, put you on a leash, and send you back to the animal shelter where you belong. But you know what? I got an idea. You should pack your bags, get on a plane, and go to this island called You're Really Pretty. Wait, you don't know where that is? That's because it doesn't exist. Just like your so-called friends. Now listen, it's all in your head. They're not real. Your prettiness is not real either. But you know what is real? Your insecurities. And I hope you remember that. Have you ever been loved? Let me answer that for you. No, you haven't. But that shouldn't come as a surprise to you because you barely love yourself. And hey, I wouldn't blame you. I mean, you're ugly, you're annoying, and you obsess over people like their food. No wonder you're single. But don't worry, I'm gonna give you one easy step on how to get people to love you. And that's for you to just stop talking. I mean, come on. Everything that comes out of your big fat mouth is absolutely irrelevant. I'm just surprised you haven't noticed that yet, which comes to show how stupid you are. But don't worry, even though you're stupid, that doesn't mean no one would ever love you. Oh wait, it does. But that's okay. I'm always here to love you because I love animals. Anyway, I made you this heart. Maybe this one might love you back. No, it wouldn't. Have you ever been ghosted? I mean, look at you. You probably have. But what was the reason? Let me guess. You're too clingy. You're too annoying. Maybe even too desperate. I just want to give you a little friendly reminder. If anybody likes you, which is some sort of miracle, then count the days. Because sooner or later, they're going to ghost you, which is something you should be used to by now. But hey, you should be proud. At least someone started to like you until they realized how ugly you really are. And don't look at me like that. I'm not trying to be mean in any sort of way because we've all been ghosted, including me, which is hard to believe because I'm not asking for much. I'm just asking for someone to fall deeply in love with me while giving me all their money. I mean, is that so hard to ask? And you know what? You're probably tired of waiting hours for a text back. You're lucky if you even get one text in the same hour, but here's my tip of advice. Get someone who's way uglier. Then they'll never leave you alone. And if they do, then that tells you a little something about your appearance. Anyway, I made you a ghost. Hopefully you'll make it through the talking stage with this one. Probably not. Mwah. Are you single? You know what? Don't even answer that question because you probably are. But the question is, why are you single? Is it because you're ugly? Is it because you have strict parents? Is it because you're clingy and annoying with no personality whatsoever? Maybe so. But remember, we're in quarantine with nothing to do and people still aren't bored enough to text your ugly ass. Wait, what was that? Do I have a boyfriend? Well, this isn't about me. It's about you crying in your bed every night watching cute Instagram couples living life. Oh wait, that's me. But you know what? If you're the 1% of people who actually do have a boyfriend, get out. Because nobody wants your happy relationship, can't wait for Valentine's Day looking ass here anyways. So for my single people still here, I made what your heart looks like when you give it to someone. A clown.